Feely turned away inside. Mitchell's game one was outstanding, and I think he's even elevated tonight. Outside last time, drive to the basket this time. Another hoop for Mitchell, and a timeout called by the Raptors in Cleveland.
Well, he is doing it at every level of the floor, doing it from three, the mid-range, showing off the scoop. Donovan Mitchell taking over here late for Cleveland.
The fourth quarter, Donovan Mitchell continuing to make his mark as Cleveland leads it.
Well, he's worth the price of admission every time you get to see him play. The scoring prowess, he is just dripping with that scoring swagger. It's all three levels. And here late, as Cleveland's needed to make their push, Donovan Mitchell has been front and center.
In his ninth year at 29 years old, he is at the height of his powers right now. Mitchell 26, Harden 25, and let's not sleep on the 23 from Evan Mobley. Before the game, Kenny Atkinson said he loved what Mobley did in the second half. He said he was the difference maker in the second half of game one, and he said he raises the ceiling on what we're capable of accomplishing as a team. Out of the timeout for Toronto. They're running out of time as the lead is up to 14, and it's an offensive foul out of a timeout for the Raptors.
His second no-team foul.
And Colin Murray-Boyles just kind of wiping out Donovan Mitchell there, never getting set, and that's going the other way. And this is getting into the real danger zone here. Cleveland can put this thing to bed.
Game one by 13, currently lead game two by 14. The Cavaliers, who have won 11 straight playoff games against the Toronto Raptors, and going to the floor, Donovan Mitchell.
Oh, what a timeout by Atkinson. Darko Rajakovic is livid.
I mean, livid may be underselling it right now. Wow.
Yeah. Break for the Cavs.
And now having to take the shot with 1.2 on the clock. Oh, and it falls from Mitchell, and he scores! Had to put up the desperation shot, and then the ball finds Mitchell off the bounce on the glass, and then off the bounce at the other end. It's R.J. Barrett who just scored.
It's amazing how Donovan Mitchell, that shot doesn't go, but he is never deterred. He is just a beeline to that loose ball. What an effort play that was.
Mitchell, Harden, and Mobley, 31 of 48 combined from the floor tonight, around 65%. Ball's out of bounds off Mitchell. He lost it with 2:39 to go.
5 on the shot clock. He's got to let that fly. It's a great flash there by Evan Mobley. This thing, he is the fastest one to the basketball. Euro step, the scoop, the patented move there. What an effort there by Donovan Mitchell to make it happen.
Barnes going to work down low. Scotty Barnes elevates over James Harden to score for the Raptors with 2:25 left.
He's got the size mismatch, and James Harden is waiting on that. Nice job by Barnes to keep that thing high and out of the reach of Harden, who was swiping for it.
At a minimum, that is, it's a building point for Toronto. The 22 points that Barnes has had tonight as they prepare for game three.
Well, it'll be interesting, too, to see what they do with this small lineup as that continues on.
Two great passes, Robbie. First, Mitchell to Wade. Mitchell gets the hockey assist, and then Wade leaves it underneath for the cutter from the corner, Evan Mobley.
Those close quarters passes are not easy right there. It's not an easy look, big to big.
Barrett the wrap around, and Colin Murray-Boyles is fouled hard on the left arm by Harden.
Cavaliers foul number 1, James Harden. His second.
They're showing bodies there, and then Dean Wade has to take enough off that thing. Can't be a rocket in those close proximity passes. Murray-Boyles is trying to shake off. James Harden kind of going for that block. Murray-Boyles got that arm tangled behind.
Makes the first of two. Murray-Boyles 7 of 8 for 14 points in game one. He is 5 of 9 and has 14 points and 7 rebounds here in game two. First two tastes of the NBA playoffs have gone well from a scoring production standpoint for the rookie from South Carolina, drafted 9th last summer. He was the first sophomore selected in the draft last summer. The top 8 players are all one and dones. And now Murray Boyles finds himself sophomore selected in the draft last summer. The top 8 players are all one and dones. And now Murray Boyles finds himself
.1 to go. Shed. And a foul on Jamal Shed. That'll be his 4th.
Matt, I made this point a few times late in the season, getting ready for what could be a playoff series or playing whatever. That playoff offense, it's almost like you're playing 5-on-6. Your degree of awareness and toughness and your level of execution and things you got to play through have to be that much better because everything's amplified. And we've seen it tonight with the Raptors. They've gotten hit in the face tonight. As
Murray Boyles out. He delivered a great game. The 20-year-old out of the University of South Carolina.
No fear.
No, 26 minutes of action. Played 20 in game 1. Game 3, I would imagine even more. And quite possibly starting. Here's Barnes right to the iron. He's got 26. 27.6 to go. And a timeout taken by Kenny Atkinson. Raptors battling to the end, Jack.
They sure are, and they've battled all night. That hasn't been the issue. Right, the issue has been the one we've talked about continually, and again, that's something I'm sure the coaching staff will spend a lot of time on, breaking down tape and looking at ways from an execution perspective and a personnel grouping perspective to tighten the screws and become more efficient.
And will Emmanuel quickly be ready on Thursday?
Knock wood, right?
Yeah. And game 3 Thursday, 8 Eastern. Game 4 back here on TSN at 1 Eastern. And if needed, you see the rest of the schedule for the Toronto Raptors as they trail by 9 with 27.6 seconds to go. So we'll see how things over the next 48 hours as we head into Thursday night. After looking at all the tape, do they decide to make that move with Murray Boyles and Pirtle, and maybe Pirtle coming in against the second unit?
This is a ruthless business, and you can't be sentimental, and you can't stay attached to anything. A series creates a personality of its own, and matchups and style come into play, and you got to figure out what's going to work for you and what's not.
Shed commits a foul on Schroeder. So Schroeder, along with Mobley, Strus, Merrill, and Harden. It's Ingram, Barnes, Murray, Boyles, Barrett, and Shed. And, you know, Ingram only 9 field goal attempts. Game 1 tonight, 15, but just did not shoot it well, and he had good looks.
And he had
3 for 15.
And he had some turnovers there early as well. And you know, I give Dean Wade credit. He's battled with them. And a little bit more tonight where they shaded and sent a second blue shirt in his neighborhood. It was a little bit more congestion and traffic on the catch. So, but again, I go back to when you don't have Quickly, that's one less floor spacer on the floor. So if I'm a Schroeder or something like that, I can leave all due respect to Shed, I can leave him and go sit in the lap of Ingram because I'm going to take my chances.
Shot doesn't go for Barnes, and that's going to do it. The Raptors are going to fall to the Cavaliers. The Cavs are going to take a 2 games to none lead on the Toronto Raptors here in this best of 7 series. Foul on Barnes, his 4th, and Harden to the line. 114-103. In a pivotal game 2, when you come in looking for the split, the one thing that stands out, a season high 22 turnovers. Even with Ingram's lack of offensive productivity, those turnovers loom large. The Raptors 62 points in the paint. They were plus 10 in that category. 12 offensive rebounds. They were plus 4 in that category. The bench 45 to 19. RJ with 22 now.
They played with more pace tonight.
But the turnover